From Hollywood, the Jack Benny Program. With Jack's special guests, Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. You know, one of the most difficult things about coming out week after week is doing jokes that are based on current events. You see? I've always had trouble with that, so one day I went to Bob Hope, who is known for doing topical materials, and I said, Bob, how do you do it? Where do you get all the topical ideas? And he said, well, Jack, he said, first of all, you have to buy a newspaper. And he said he also gets ideas from reading weekly magazines. Now, I don't happen to subscribe, you see, to magazines, but fortunately, I had a toothache the other day, and I went to my dentist. And while I was sitting there, you know, in the waiting room, I picked up one of the magazines, and as I skimmed through the news items, I got ideas for at least 20 of the funniest topical jokes you've ever heard. Then I happened to look at the cover of this magazine, and there was a picture of the president, Calvin Coolidge. That's what I get for going to a dentist who still gives you whiskey when he pulls your teeth. Phil Harris recommended it. And you should have seen some of the topical news items that were in that magazine that I picked out. Like Babe Ruth named Rookie of the Year. The national debt rises to $2,000. Henry Ford puts door on driver's side. And in the society column, it said, Judge Crater goes on short vacation. Well, that's the topical news I found. So I guess I'll just have to take Bob's advice and make my writers buy a newspaper. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce my guest stars. And I'm very proud of the fact that they made themselves available to be on my show. So here they are, the most popular folk singing trio in the country, Peter, Paul, and Mary.
How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? How many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years must a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? How many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
That set cost me a fortune. Come back here, will you please? I want to tell you that was absolutely wonderful.
Thank you, Mr. Fanning. We're very flattered to be guests on your show.
Flattered? Well, I guess you don't realize that I remember you. I go back to your very first performance. Yes, you know, and I bought every one of your albums, and I've seen all of your performances in this area, and I feel that I know you not only as a group, but as individuals. I've even got your pictures on my wall.
It's so nice to hear, Mr. Benny.
Now, I really mean it. Now, tell me, Peter.
Mr. Benny, I'm Peter.
Oh, then you're Paul, is that right?
That's right.
Then you must be...
Congratulations.
Thank you. Anyway, I knew that you were Peter, Paul, and Mary. I mean, the last time I made a mistake with three names was with the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. I almost got on the wrong boat. I would like to know more about you, like how you got together. Where did you come? Did you come from the same area?
Well, no, I was originally from Louisville, Kentucky, and Paul's from Michigan, and Peter's from New York City.
Actually, New York City is where we got together. Our first job was in Greenwich Village.
I see.
Lately, we've been doing college concerts and concerts in auditoriums.
Mm-hmm. Well, then, look this is none of my business. But I can't understand why you subject yourselves to all that traveling. I mean, those one-night stands are so hectic. Why do you do it?
Oh, now, wait a minute. I happen to know that last year when we were in Minneapolis, you were doing a violin concert in St. Paul, and you were only there for one night.
I know, but I was booked for a week. Now, tell me, Paul.
I'm Paul.
Oh, I see.
And I'm Mary.
I know. Yes, I know. Now, Peter, you can all settle something for me, because I got into an argument with a very close friend of mine. It got into a real big discussion, a big argument. What makes folk music distinctive and compared to other kinds of music?
First of all, folk music is invariably the musical expression of the cultural attitudes and emotional experiences of various ethnic groups. It sustains itself by the folk process or the oral tradition, and this really accounts for the continuing alteration of a song and to a large extent justifies the urban, eclectic, cosmopolitan, contemporary folk singers' point of view.
Then I was right. It's the last time Leonard Bernstein will ever argue with me. But now tell me, where does the folk songs, where do they come from?
Well, Jack, they're handed down from generation to generation.
I see.
And some of the best of them are ballads or stories and songs.
Yeah, they can be written about anything or anyone. As a matter of fact, years from now, they could be singing a folk song about you.
Look, kids, you mean that later on, years from now, they could actually write a folk song about me?
Sure.
Hey, we'll show them, Peter.
Mary, I'm Peter.
I'm Paul.
got us all confused.
No, you're Mary.
I know.
But listen, you really mean it that later on there could be a folk song about me. What would it be like, for
Sure,
instance?
well, it's possible that there will be a song.
Like what, for instance?
Like...
Waukegan, the sun has brought you fame. Jack Benny is his name.
As a baby, Jackie wasn't very much. He didn't have the skin you'd love to touch. But in his crib he was a happy thing. A silver dollar was his teething ring.
Waukegan, the sun has brought you fame. Jack Benny is his name.
If blue-eyed Jack is really 39, then so's my darling Clementine. He's known from here to Timbuktu, a man whose bills are overdue.
He's a cheapskate through and through. Waukegan, the sun has brought you fame. Jack Benny is his name. Waukegan.
Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. Listen, kids, there's something that I'd like to talk to you about now that's very, very important.
Important? What is it?
Well, it's too big to discuss here, on the stage, so I wish you'd come over to my house tonight. Would you? Then I could tell you all about it.
Oh, well, gee, see, we have a plane, and I'd have to...
We have to... Look, we can't...
Listen, if it's important enough, we could cancel the flight.
Well, I wish you would cancel the flight because it is that important. And could you meet at my house at 7 o'clock?
All right.
All right?
We'll see you at 7.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay,
Great.
fine. Well, it's almost 7:30. They ought to be here pretty soon. Let's see. I don't know why. Why am I hiding this? They told me they don't drink. There's hardly any scotch left. I haven't got any more either. Wonder what I did with that recipe. Well, that must be them. Coming.
Hi.
Well, come right in. Come right in.
I'll get up.
Gee, I'm glad you brought the guitar and everything, because that's important. Hi, well, do you have any trouble finding my house?
Not at all. And what a lovely house it is.
A lot of
Isn't it
antiques
beautiful?
around here.
Well, I'm glad you like it. Isn't it wonderful?
What did you want to tell us about?
Talk to you about, don't rush. Come over here. Sit down first and relax. Make yourself right at home. Sit right down here. Now, can I get you a drink?
No, we don't drink, Jack.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I told you that this afternoon.
Well, who remembers? Anyway, can I get you a sandwich or something?
No, we're very excited to find out what you wanted to talk to us about.
What's the thing that's so important?
Come on, Jack.
Well, all right, I'll tell you. Now, look, I wouldn't do this for anybody else in the world. But I like you kids, you see. Now, I wrote a song, and I'm going to let you record it.
You wrote a song.
Yes. Beautiful.
Isn't that quite a departure for a comedian?
For a comedian, yes, but not for an accomplished musician. Now, I wrote this song, I want to tell you, years ago, you see, and I've been waiting for the right people to record it. And here you are. Now, this is a beautiful ballad. It's about a fella and a girl who have separated, you see, a torch song. And it's very, very touching.
Does it have a title?
Oh, a title? Yes, a beautiful title.
What is it?
The title? When you say, I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you.
The title?
That's the title.
If we hurry, I think we can still make the flight.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
I thought I heard you say something about a flight.
No, I said the title sounds very polite.
Oh.
What with her begging his pardon and everything.
Oh, yeah. Now, my accompanist will be here pretty soon, so we can go over the number. But first, I want you to hear the lyrics first. They're just beautiful. Now, listen to this. When you say, I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. When you ask me to forgive you, I'll return. Like the swallows at Serrano, return to Capistrano. For you, my heart will... What?
Serrano?
Yes, that's a little town in Italy.
Italy? Jack, it's physically impossible for a little swallow to fly 7,000 miles to Capistrano from Serrano.
No, it isn't impossible.
It is. A little swallow, 3 inches long, Jack.
No,
beating
it's
its
not
wings.
impossible.
How can you argue with someone who knows more about music than Leonard Bernstein?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mary. Or Peter. Mary. Now, let me go on. Now, when you say that you are sorry, then I will understand. 'Neath the harvest moon we'll pledge our love anew. Our love anew.
Why did you tell him that we didn't drink?
Please, just listen to the finish of this. So, my darling, though we've parted, come back to whence we started.
Whence?
Yes, whence. Whence is a poetic form of the word where. I mean, if you're going to analyze it, you can pick on any word.
Well, in this song, yeah.
Any song. Look at it. Lyrics mean nothing without music behind it. Now, look, as soon as my piano player gets here, we'll... Oh, that must be him now. It's about time you got here. I mean, when I called you, why didn't you rush right over?
I was in the middle of my karate lesson. What? No one will ever attack me. Hiya, kids.
This is Peter, Paul, and Mary.
I know. Puff the magic dragon, your Scooby-Doo is dragon. You have so much and I have so little.
Listen, I want you to accompany me on this number.
All right, but where did I put my piano?
The piano is here. Sit down.
Wait a few years, I'm still growing.
Will you please go over there? Now, I want you to help me with this number. Because I want them to record it. If you like it.
How very interesting.
What?
My piano has 20% fewer cavities.
Listen, will you do me a favor? I want you to play this number.
Wait till I warm up a little.
All right. Forget the karate.
Okay, what do you want me to play?
I want you to play my song. When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you.
For this, I warmed up?
Yes. Now, look at kids. You know, I have such a huzzy voice, excuse me. I wish that you would sing the number, because I want you really to record it anyway, so you'll get a better idea.
But, Jack, it's not a folk song.
Mary, he wrote it. It could be old enough to be a folk song.
Why don't we give it a try? I'll get the guitar and let's try and see what we can do with it, huh?
Try. No, wait a minute.
Let us try and do it alone ourselves.
Yes,
first,
please, stay out of it.
When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you.
When you ask me to forgive you, I'll return.
Like the swallows at Serrano. Return to Capistrano. For you, my heart will ever, ever yearn. stand. 'Neath the harvest moon we'll pledge our love anew. So my darling, though we've parted, come back to where we started. And sweetheart, then I'll come back to you.
Oh, you'll love it. I'm going to let you record it. It's wonderful.
Jack, we did the best we could, but it's really not our type of song. Look, we can't record it, Jack.
You can't record this number?
No.
We hope you're not offended, but...
No, I'm not offended at all.
I think we better be
Not our
running
sort of
along
vehicle.
right now.
Well, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Pat.
Well, you can't do... Well, thanks. Thanks anyway.
feelings, Jack.
No hard feelings. Thanks. Thanks for coming over anyway. Thank you. Thank you.
Jack, you can cry on my shoulder.
I don't want to cry. Why should I cry?
If those kids had recorded your song, it would have made a fortune.
I know.
How come you're not disappointed?
I'll tell you why I'm not disappointed. Relax.
Say I beg your pardon. I'll come back to you.
We'll be back in just a moment with his guests, Peter, Paul, and Mary. But first...
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Now, before I bring out my guest stars, I must admit that was a pretty sneaky trick that I played on them. But then I did get a wonderful recording of my song. Now, I could have sold it for much more, but I got a quick offer of $5,000, so I took it.
Oh, Jack.
Thank you, kids. Thank you very much for being on my show.
Oh, we enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, I'm glad. You're not mad at what I did to you, are you?
Oh, no, of course not, Jack. Business is business. Here's your $5,000.
Here's your tape. Good night, folks. I'll be seeing you soon.